When addressing types of relationships, cover monogamy, polyamory, long distance, etc., explaining each briefly but sufficiently. Highlight that there's no one-size-fits-all model. In the building blocks section, delve into communication as both talking and listening, trust as earned over time, and intimacy beyond the physical aspect. Maybe include how technology affects communication nowadays. Challenges section should validate common struggles, like balancing independence with togetherness, managing conflicts without resentment, and dealing with external stressor like financial issues. Offer hope by discussing strategies to overcome these. Personal growth can tie into how relationships challenge individuals to grow, learn about themselves, and develop empathy. Cultural influences might discuss collectivist versus individualist societies, varying norms around marriage, and the role of family. Throughout, maintain a balance between theoretical concepts and practical insights. Ensure the speech is informative yet relatable, avoiding a dry academic tone. Use inclusive language to respect all types of relationships and experiences. I need to keep paragraphs at a reasonable length to maintain readability, even in a speech. Break down complex ideas into digestible parts. Maybe use anecdotes or quotes from experts to illustrate points. Finally, the conclusion should summarize key points and leave the audience with a lasting impression about the value of nurturing romantic relationships. Encourage reflection on their own experiences and the importance of continuous effort in maintaining healthy connections. Let me check if there's anything the user might have missed. They didn't mention specific cultural contexts, so keeping it global is safer. Also, avoid any political or controversial statements unless necessary. Focus on universal aspects while acknowledging diversity. Alright. Time to start writing the actual speech, ensuring it meets all the user's requirements and flows naturally from start to finish without any formatting or structural markers. Romantic relationships have long been a cornerstone of human experience, weaving together the threads of emotion, connection, and shared existence. They are as varied as the individuals who embark on them, shaped by culture, personal values, and the unpredictable currents of life. To speak about romantic relationships is to explore a landscape rich with joy, vulnerability, growth, and occasional heartache. It is a journey into the heart of what it means to love and be loved, to trust and be trusted, and to navigate the complexities of intertwining one's life with another's. At their core, romantic relationships are about connection. They begin with a spark, an attraction, a shared laugh, a moment of understanding that ignites curiosity and hope. This spark can grow into a flame, sustained by mutual respect, communication, and effort. But what transforms a fleeting connection into a lasting partnership? The answer lies in the delicate balance of individuality and unity. A healthy romantic relationship does not demand the surrender of one's self but rather celebrates the uniqueness of each person while fostering a shared vision. It is a dance between independence and togetherness, where both partners move in harmony without losing their rhythm. Historically, romantic relationships have evolved alongside societal norms and cultural shifts. In many traditions, marriages were transactional, rooted in alliances between families, economic stability, or social standing. Love, as we understand it today, was often secondary. The concept of marrying for love gained prominence in the 18th and 19th centuries, influenced by Romanticism, which idealized passion and emotional depth. This shift redefined relationships, placing personal fulfillment and emotional intimacy at the forefront. Today, the expectation that a romantic partner should be a confidant, lover, and best friend reflects this modern emphasis on emotional and psychological compatibility. Yet, even as societal expectations have changed, the fundamental challenges of romantic relationships remain. Communication, often cited as the bedrock of successful partnerships, is both simple and profoundly complex. To communicate effectively requires more than speaking. It demands active listening, empathy, and the courage to be vulnerable. Misunderstandings arise not from a lack of words but from the layers of unspoken fears, past experiences, and unmet needs that color every interaction. A partner's silence might stem from a fear of rejection, while another's outburst could be a cry for reassurance. Navigating these nuances requires patience and a willingness to look beyond surface-level reactions. Trust, another pillar of romantic relationships, is earned over time through consistency, honesty, and reliability. It is the assurance that a partner will show up, not just physically, but emotionally, when it matters most. Trust is fragile, easily fractured by betrayal or neglect, yet resilient enough to rebuild when both parties commit to repair. Rebuilding trust after a breach, such as infidelity or dishonesty, requires transparency, accountability, and a shared commitment to healing. It is a process that cannot be rushed, for trust grows in the soil of demonstrated change. Intimacy, often conflated with physical connection, encompasses far more. Emotional intimacy involves sharing one's inner world, dreams, fears, insecurities, without the fear of judgment. Intellectual intimacy thrives on stimulating conversations, debates, and the exchange of ideas. Spiritual intimacy might involve aligning on values, purpose, or a sense of shared meaning. Physical intimacy, while important, is most fulfilling when it emerges from a foundation of emotional closeness. Together, these layers of intimacy create a bond that transcends superficial attraction, anchoring the relationship in depth and authenticity. Conflict, inevitable in any relationship, is not inherently destructive. How couples navigate disagreements often determines the strength and longevity of their partnership. Healthy conflict resolution involves addressing issues without resorting to blame or contempt. It requires focusing on the problem rather than the person, using I statements to express feelings, and seeking compromise. Avoiding conflict altogether, often out of fear of confrontation, can lead to resentment, as unspoken grievances accumulate. Conversely, constant conflict without resolution erodes connection. The balance lies in addressing issues constructively while nurturing the positive aspects of the relationship. External pressures, such as financial stress, career demands, or family obligations, constrain even the strongest partnerships. Modern life's fast pace often leaves little room for quality time, leading couples to drift apart. Prioritizing the relationship amidst these challenges requires intentionality. Small gestures, a handwritten note, a shared meal, a walk without distractions, can reinforce connection. Regularly scheduling time to reconnect, whether through date nights or weekend getaways, helps maintain the partnership as a priority. Supporting each other's goals while cultivating shared ones fosters a sense of teamwork, reminding both partners they are allies, not adversaries. The role of self-awareness in romantic relationships cannot be overstated. Understanding one's own needs, triggers, and communication style is essential for fostering mutual understanding. For example, someone who grew up in a household where emotions were suppressed might struggle to express vulnerability. A partner who recognizes this can approach conversations with extra patience, creating a safe space for openness. Similarly, acknowledging personal flaws, such as a tendency to withdraw during conflict, allows for growth. Relationships act as mirrors, reflecting back our strengths and areas for improvement, urging us to evolve. Cultural influences also shape romantic relationships. In some cultures, collectivism emphasizes family approval and communal harmony, impacting how couples navigate decisions. In others, individualism prioritizes personal happiness and autonomy. These differences can lead to misunderstandings if not openly discussed. Intercultural relationships, while enriching, require additional effort to bridge gaps in traditions, expectations, and communication styles. Embracing curiosity and respect for each other's backgrounds strengthens the relationship, turning potential obstacles into opportunities for learning. Technology's role in modern relationships is double-edged. Dating apps have expanded opportunities to meet potential partners, breaking geographical and social barriers. However, the paradox of choice, the illusion that a better match is always a swipe away, can lead to superficial connections and commitment anxiety. Social media, while a tool for staying connected, can also breed jealousy or unrealistic comparisons. Couples must navigate these challenges by setting boundaries, such as designating tech-free time or discussing how to present their relationship online authentically. Long-distance relationships, increasingly common in a globalized world, test the resilience of love. Physical separation demands creativity in maintaining emotional closeness. Regular communication, shared activities like watching a movie simultaneously, and planning visits help sustain the connection. Trust becomes paramount, as does the ability to visualize a shared future. While challenging, long-distance relationships can deepen emotional intimacy, as partners learn to express affection beyond physical presence. The concept of soulmates, or the one, permeates romantic ideals, often creating unrealistic expectations. Believing that a perfect partner exists who will fulfill every need can lead to disillusionment when conflicts arise. Healthy relationships acknowledge that love is a choice, not a predetermined destiny. Partners grow together, adapting to life's changes and consciously choosing each other daily. This mindset fosters resilience, as it emphasizes effort and commitment over fleeting feelings of perfection. Breakups, though painful, are an inevitable aspect of romantic relationships for many. They can stem from incompatibility, changing priorities, or unresolved conflicts. The end of a relationship often brings grief, as it represents the loss of shared dreams and routines. However, breakups also offer lessons about personal boundaries, deal breakers, and the qualities one values in a partner. Healing requires time, self-compassion, and the support of loved ones. It is a reminder that not all relationships are meant to last, but each contributes to one's journey of self-discovery. Marriage, in many cultures, remains a significant milestone, symbolizing a lifelong commitment. Yet, the institution of marriage has evolved, with increasing emphasis on equality and partnership. Modern marriages often reject rigid gender roles, favoring shared responsibilities and mutual support. Prenuptial agreements, once taboo, are now seen as pragmatic tools for protecting individual assets. The rising acceptance of divorce as a valid option when irreconcilable differences exist reflects a shift toward prioritizing personal well-being over societal expectations. For LGBTQ+ relationships, the journey toward acceptance has been fraught with challenges. Legal recognition of same-sex marriages in many countries marks progress, yet discrimination persists in various forms. LGBTQ+ couples often face unique stressors, such as navigating coming-out processes or confronting societal prejudice. Despite these challenges, these relationships embody resilience and authenticity, proving that love transcends gender and societal norms. The visibility of LGBTQ+ partnerships continues to reshape cultural perceptions of romance, emphasizing that love, in all its forms, deserves celebration. Aging also influences romantic relationships. Long-term partnerships evolve over decades, weathering life's triumphs and trials. Retirement, health issues, and empty nesting redefine roles and routines. Couples may rediscover each other in this phase, finding new hobbies or rekindling romance. For those who find love later in life, relationships often carry a deepened appreciation for time and connection, unburdened by the uncertainties of youth. Infidelity, a common yet deeply painful challenge, often stems from unmet emotional needs, a lapse in judgment, or a desire for novelty. While some couples choose to rebuild after infidelity, others find the breach irreparable. The path to recovery, when possible, involves rigorous honesty, counseling, and a commitment to addressing underlying issues. It raises profound questions about forgiveness, self-respect, and the capacity to rebuild trust. The intersection of mental health and romantic relationships is another critical area. Conditions like anxiety, depression, or past trauma can impact how individuals engage in partnerships. A supportive partner can encourage treatment and provide empathy, but they are not a substitute for professional help. Open conversations about mental health reduce stigma and foster understanding, allowing couples to navigate challenges as a team. In exploring romantic relationships, it is vital to acknowledge the diversity. Polyamory, open relationships, and other non-traditional structures challenge the monogamous paradigm, emphasizing that love is not a finite resource. These relationships require clear communication, boundary setting, and a rejection of societal judgment. They highlight that there is no single, right, way to love, as long as all parties consent and feel valued. Ultimately, romantic relationships are a testament to the human capacity for connection. They invite us to grow, to confront our imperfections, and to experience the profound beauty of being known and accepted. They are not static but dynamic, evolving as individuals and circumstances change. The most enduring partnerships are those rooted in friendship, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to weathering life's storms. In a world that often prioritizes individualism, romantic relationships remind us of our inherent need for belonging. They teach us about compromise, sacrifice, and the joy of building something greater than ourselves. Whether fleeting or lifelong, each relationship leaves an imprint, shaping who we are and who we aspire to be. To love is to risk hurt, but it is also to embrace the most vibrant, transformative aspect of the human experience. As we navigate the complexities of romantic relationships, we discover not only the depths of another's heart but the boundless potential of our own.